Want to run faster, jump higher, move with more power? The Sports Recovery and Development Program at Bridges Therapy Group builds speed, strength, agility, and endurance while correcting movement issues that can cause injury. Give your athlete the edge. Schedule an assessment today at srdathlete.com.
Love where you live and play with Lindsay Management. Affordable apartments and golf memberships at 9 and 18-hole courses. Buying or selling? Trust Lindsay and Associates. Serving the community for over 50 years. Lindsay, #1 in apartments, golf, and real estate.
Sometimes you get to this point and you kind of flatten out, but as a football team, if we'll keep taking a step, we'll be pretty good.
We recap week 8 of high school football and introduce you to this week's Teamwork Roofing Team of the Week. It is Monday, October 27th, and this is Varsity Vibe Today. Welcome into Varsity Vibe Today on this Monday. I'm your host, Alyssa Orange. It's great to be with you. I hope you guys had a great weekend, got to enjoy some high school football over the Thursday and Friday action that we had last weekend. And we had a lot of exciting games around the state. So let's kick things off there with our Lewis Automotive opening drive. The fall kickoff event is happening now at the Lewis Automotive Group. Unbeatable prices and special financing. Your next vehicle is ready for you now at one of their 3 locations, Fayetteville, Springdale, and Farmington. Mother Nature giving us 2 days of high school football on Thursday and Friday. And here's a look at some of those scores. Again, if you missed them, you can find these graphics also on our social media platforms. Bentonville with a thriller 31-28 over Rogers. We'll get to that game here in just a bit. Fayetteville getting the win 52-28 over Springdale. Bentonville West getting the win as well over Heritage. Farmington getting the 28-27 win over Morrilton. Greenwood with a big game 56-3. Shiloh Christian shutting out Siloam Springs, and Mountain Home getting the 42-7 win over Lake Hamilton. All right, guys, let's talk about some games that really jumped out to me, and let's go down to Greenwood on Thursday night. That was the game that I was at along with my coworker and former Razorback Bray Cook, and it was a game where I was excited to see Greenwood play for the very first time in person, my first time at their stadium playing against Van Buren, and I was really impressed with Van Buren's defense last week in their win over Southside, and I wanted to see how they would come out and play against a Greenwood team that we know a very high-powered offense led by Kane Archer. But I was impressed. Greenwood able to come and step to the occasion. You have Kane Archer, who is one of the best quarterbacks in this state. He had 5 touchdowns, 434 yards just in the first half alone, and was able to have some success there with that offense, leading them to that 56-3 victory. We also were able to mic him up a little bit towards the end of the game, which was really cool. If you haven't seen that, that's also over on our social media platforms. But the win gives Greenwood the sole possession right now of the 6A West. Both of those teams, Van Buren and Greenwood, coming into this game 4-0 in conference play. This win sets Greenwood apart, undefeated 5-0 in conference play right now, still undefeated on the season. I was able to catch up with head coach Chris Young afterwards. Your guys coming out here taking care of business against Van Buren, and I know this game meant a little bit more.
Yeah, you know, our kids know most of their kids. They play together in Little League and play in junior high, so they get a little bit more excited to play for them. And Van Buren's won 4 in a row, and we knew it was going to be a challenge. Coach Henry does a great job with their guys. I had a little extra motivation. I think they had some radio guys talking a little trash about our kids, and so I think it gave our kids a little motivation. We had a great week of practice. Our focus was really good. When we changed the game to Thursday night, it made us come in at Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. and every kid on our team, every trainer, every manager was here, and their energy was great. At 6 o'clock in the morning, it's cold, and so we knew we had a chance to have a special performance.
3 points. What does that say about your defense?
Oh, it's huge, and I'll tell you what, that's really on our kicking team. We gave up a big kickoff return, and defense got to stop down there. So our defense is continuing to improve, and that's what we're so excited about tonight. All 3 phases were good. You know, offensively, we scored every possession except for the one that we turned over, and we got to do a better job protecting the ball. Coach Hogan did a great job with our play calling. Coach Morton, our offensive line. I just feel like we're getting to where we want to be. You know, it's getting towards the end of the year, and we're improving. And sometimes you get to this point and you kind of flatten out, but as a football team, if we'll keep taking a step, we'll be pretty good.
And as fun as it was to be at that game at Greenwood, there's a thriller unfolding in Farmington with their game against Morrilton. 28-27, the win for the Cardinals. And it was Peyton Bailey who helped the defense secure that win, stepping up and stopping a 2-point conversion with 41 seconds left on the clock for that win in the 5A West Conference. And this is a Farmington team that's been in some battles already this season, especially in the non-conference. It was a 1-point win over Prairie Grove. And they also had some adversity at quarterback with Aiden Lester being out for a few games, but he's back now as well. And for them to get this win in the 5A West, it was a really big win for them to continue on to secure a pretty good playoff spot here in the next couple of weeks. But a thriller there at Cardinal Stadium, which is pretty cool to see for Tommy Tyson, his crew. And our last game going to take us down to Central Arkansas and Benton, who is playing really good football right now. 63-0 win over Little Rock Catholic, but really have to give a shout out to head coach Brad Harris, his 10th season with Benton, now at the top spot on the school's all-time wins list with this win. Also a big shout out to Drew Davis, their quarterback, who is now Benton's career leader in passing yards with a pass that he had to Will Carter in this game. And so they continue to play really well in the 6A Central. It's going to be exciting when the postseason rolls around here in the next couple of weeks with all of the good teams we know we've watched and talked about in the 6A West, what the 6A Central brings to the table and that run through the playoffs there in the next couple of weeks. And that's what's so exciting about this time of the year, is that we've got 2 more weeks of the regular season left. It is week 9. We have week 10 next week, and then playoffs start. And that's when the real fun happens, leading, of course, to War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock, trying to crown some state champions in the next couple of weeks. I'm excited to see exactly what these teams in Central Arkansas and East Arkansas do. These teams that we've been covering in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. So many good, talented teams in high school football around the state right now. These clashes and these games we're going to have in the playoffs are going to be a lot of fun to watch. Speaking of fun to watch, we're going to go to Bentonville and Rogers after the break and the thriller between the 2 best teams and the 7A West. Stick around.
The Everett difference means we are committed to giving back to the communities we serve.
When I think of Everett, I think of them more than just a car dealership.
Everett's involvement in the community is phenomenal. I see it in the police and fire department. I see it in the Boys and Girls Club.
They're just constantly giving back to the community that helped build them.
I would recommend them first, always.
We are grateful for the opportunity to serve. Discover the Everett difference for yourself.
If you're an athlete that wants to improve your game, maybe improve your 40, jump higher, have better agility, Bridges Therapy Group's Sport Recovery and Development Program can help. They've been helping student athletes reach their highest potential for quite a while now. They've got a team that includes physical therapists, athletic trainers, personal trainers, and occupational therapists. And together, they design individual plans to build speed, explosive power, agility, strength, and endurance. Whether your athlete's returning from rehab or working for a competitive edge, SRD provides the training and guidance to help them succeed. Schedule your athlete's assessment today at srdathlete.com.
Quick Turf is the go-to team for building championship-level sports facilities for public schools, private schools, and the entire school district. They also install beautiful backyard putting greens for homeowners. Known for lifelike, eco-friendly turf, Quick Turf handles everything from design and lighting to drainage and final landscaping. Their all-in-one approach delivers high-performance surfaces for athletes and low-maintenance greens that last for years. With preventative maintenance programs, they keep every field and green looking game day ready. Schedule a free consultation today at quickturf.com. That's QIKturf.com.
The fall kickoff event is on now at Lewis Automotive Group. Unbeatable prices, special financing, and your next ride is ready for you at any of our locations in Fayetteville, Farmington, or Springdale. Don't forget about the Lewis Guarantee, home of double the factory warranty, only at Lewis Automotive Group.
Love where you live and play with Lindsay Management. Enjoy affordable apartments with community amenities like fitness centers and resort-style pools at select locations. Golf memberships are also available at beautiful 9 and 18-hole courses. Buying or selling a home, commercial, or investment property? Trust Lindsay & Associates, serving the community and bringing great neighbors together for over 50 years. Lindsay, #1 in apartments, golf, and real estate.
time now for our Teamwork Roofing Team of the Week, and that honor going to the Bentonville Tigers with their 31-28 win over Rogers on Thursday. And this was really the game to be at. We knew that this one was going to be an exciting one between the two unbeaten teams in the 7A West. And you knew you had two high-powered offenses. You had Rogers, who's put up 70-plus points the last couple of weeks on opponents, and Bentonville's, their offense is just a well-oiled machine, just rolling over opponents as well. And I wanted to see exactly what these two teams did when they met each other, but you got to tip your cap to the defense. A low-scoring game, like I said, 31-28. Defense really showed up, and it was one of those things where it came down to the wire. We were watching it on our drive back from Greenwood in the car on our phones, and when Rogers was able to tie things up and take the lead, and then Bentonville regaining that lead, they drive down the field, Rogers does, and they elect to go for the win instead of kick the field goal to head into overtime. I like the gutsy move by Chad Harbison, but Bentonville victorious in that one. Unfortunately, the Mounties falling, and Bentonville now is in the driver's seat in the 6A West. It's one of those things where Coach Grant just has a team that knows how to win. And when you're in these situations and in these games, it benefits teams like Bentonville who have been there before, whose backs are against the wall. And when they need to make plays, they've made plays. That's exactly what they did on Thursday night against Rogers. Excited to see what this Tigers team can do right now, because I think they are the best team in the 7A West. We know that Bryant is a really good team down in Central Arkansas. Will these two teams meet in the state title game in the next couple of weeks? A rematch of last year's state title game? I don't know, but I think they're the two best teams right now in the conference 7A in the state. But Bentonville getting the win and really proving that they are the best team in Northwest Arkansas right now. They've got a lot more football to play, but Jody Grant's got those guys rolling. Our Hannah McCarver able to catch up with him after the game.
Well, they're resilient, and they believe that they're winners. They believe we were going to win this game, and we talked about this at half, that this could be a back and forth thing, and we just got to hang on until the final buzzer and fight till the end, and that's what they did. And so, although they were disappointed when they scored there late, we came over and revisited that conversation, and I said if we can flip the field a little bit on this return, we give our offense a chance, and we hit a few balls to Blair and put ourselves in position and pick the scores. And I was a little worried we left too much time on the clock, but at that point, you just want to score.
Again, congratulations to Bentonville. They are our Teamwork Roofing Team of the Week. Well, the high school state volleyball tournament begins today, all leading to the title games in Hot Springs on Saturday. The 6A games are in Cabot, 5A at Marion, and the 4A games at Wynn. I'll be on the broadcast for these games in Hot Springs on Saturday, so really excited, looking forward to that. That is going to do it to Varsity Vibe on this Monday. Thank you so much for joining us. And again, if you don't follow us on our social media platforms, that's X, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, go give us a follow. We have some great content, some great creatives out there putting together some awesome stuff for you guys, behind the scenes, all access stuff that you're not going to get anywhere else. So I encourage you to go like those and follow along with that. Also, like the podcast, subscribe to our podcast, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And if you haven't, sign up for the newsletter at varsityvibearkansas.com. A special thank you to our sponsors, Lindsay, Lewis Automotive, Bridges Therapy Group, Quick Trip, Everett Chevrolet, and Teamwork Roofing. I'll see you tomorrow.